Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Hawk Blogger Mornings. I am Brian Nemhauser. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Hawk Blogger. And today is another episode that I am pre-recording so that we can keep this streak going of having new content for you every single day, even while I'm on vacation. So this is going to air while I am traveling probably somewhere towards Montana, towards Glacier National Park in our RV that we rented, and hopefully still all in one piece. And hopefully you'll enjoy this. I've actually made this particular video available for our suite level members as soon as it's uploaded, but it will debut for everybody else after I am on vacation. So it's up to you, suite level members, whether or not you want to consume it early and have one less day with new content, or whether you want to savor it, hopefully, and wait for when I am on vacation. But all of these pre-recorded videos, I'll let you know, and give a suite level YouTube members access to it early. So what I wanted to do in this episode is something that hopefully will be a little fun. This is a 2023 look back. And in particular, I wanted to go back and relive some of the game winning drives that we experienced with Geno Smith last year. Geno Smith, if you don't remember, led the NFL with 5 game winning drives last year. And you could argue he should have had 6 if Jason Myers would have kicked that field goal in Los Angeles. That would have been another one. Geno Smith leads the NFL in game-winning drives, I believe, over the last 2 seasons. And so, given that this was a frustrating year in many ways for the Seahawks, I thought it might be fun to go back and look at some of these drives. And we'll start with the one that happened early in the season. And this game against the Detroit Lions was maybe the most shocking outcome of the season for the Seahawks, where Seattle had lost both their starting tackles, Abe Lucas and Charles Cross, in the first game. And after leading at halftime against the Rams, got blown out on their home turf against a underdog Rams team that nobody expected to beat them, and they got trounced. And so now they're limping into Detroit. The Lions have beaten the defending world champion Kansas City Chiefs on the road and are coming home to a raucous crowd in Detroit. Everybody was just geared up for this game in Detroit. If you remember, this was the infamous blue face mask game where everyone was coming with blue ski masks and sold them all out around Detroit. And it was supposed to be this big deal. And for most of this game, it was a back and forth affair. The Seahawks managed to come in and make it a game. They scored early. They took an early lead, 7-0 on a Kenneth Walker run. But Detroit was largely kind of, I wouldn't say in control, but they were leading most of this game. And at halftime, it was 14-7 Lions. And then it got to where it was 21-14 Lions. And the Seahawks then scored 3 straight times before the Lions scored again. They got a Jason Myers field goal to go down 21-17. They got a Tyler Lockett touchdown pass from Geno Smith to go up 24-21. And then the beautiful 40-yard interception return for a touchdown from Trey Brown put them up 31-21 with just 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. But then things started to shift, and the Lions put together a big drive, and Josh Reynolds scored on a pass from Jared Goff, and so they were only down 31-28, and the Seahawks were still in absolute command, but Geno Smith made a very bad decision on a third down play, ended up losing 17 yards on a sack instead of getting rid of the ball or any number of other choices. It pinned the Seahawks back. And even though Michael Dixon had like a 64-yard punt, there was a big return. He outkicked the coverage, and the Lions started with the ball at the 50-yard line, and they would go on to tie the game with a field goal as time expired. So we picked up the game at this point with the game tied. It is overtime, and the Seahawks have won the toss. So let's take a look at what happens from there. And we'll watch these plays together. First play here is from Geno Smith. You see Noah Fant going into motion. They're starting at the 25-yard line. And remember, if the first team that scores gets a touchdown, the game is over. First pass right up the middle to Noah Fant. We're going to see this from multiple angles, which is a nice thing from this view. And again, you see Noah Fant moving in motion and just a really big strike to start this. Pretty, like, it was not the first read. One of the things I'll kind of highlight here. Let me see if I can get this working properly. Do I have that working? I wanted to at least highlight something here. But it will take me a second to do it. There we go. Okay. There we go. I think it should work now. Cool. So I want you to watch Geno Smith come off his read there. Nice little move there by Geno Smith coming off the read, and now we're in first down for the Seahawks. And they're at the 42-yard line. This is a play action. It looks like it's meant to be a screen pass to Kenneth Walker. Nothing there, right? Nothing there on this play. This was back when the Seahawks were very bad at screenplays. So everyone got let through, but there was just nothing there. The Lions were not biting, and there was nothing going on. Next play here, see Geno drop back, and he takes a nice little 4-yard gain to Noah Fant. So the first couple of passes that were completed go to Noah Fant, and this is when Geno's at his best, when he's willing to take those 4-yard plays. Just quickly get rid of the ball. Don't ask a lot of your offensive line. As they say, you don't go broke when you take a profit, and just take the 4-yard play. This was a big moment here, right? Third down, huge completion here on 3rd and 6 to DK Metcalf for 16 yards. So really big moment in this game. This was arguably, if not the key play, one of the key plays. Look, he's looking off his read. He comes back to DK Metcalf, who's beat his man on the inside. And there's an in-breaking route, something that we talk about with the Seahawks. Let's watch that play one more time. This was a pretty big one, and I thought was nice. You watch DK at the top there. Let's do that one more time. So watch DK up here. And watch him beat him outside and then come in. It's a really nice route by DK Metcalf. So now it is first down at the Detroit 38-yard line. And who is in the backfield? It's DJ Dallas. We will not see this, somewhat thankfully. I mean, DJ Dallas seems like a nice guy, but he's just a low ceiling. He's kind of like Robert Turbin to me. Nice guy, nice, fine player, but ceiling is pretty low to me. He's an NFL player, but he is not a starter. He's not a guy you want to be getting a ton of reps, but he does, if you get a few yards, 2nd and 7 here. And this was another big play. Play action. Geno's retreating, and he hits Colby Parkinson for 21 yards. One of the things I want to call out here, look at the pressure that Geno faces here immediately up from various places. He's having to retreat, but finds Colby for the big conversion. So now it is 1st and 10 from the Detroit 14-yard line. It's looking pretty good right now. Kenneth Walker gets the ball. he's trying to find something somewhere and ends up getting 3 yards out of it. But, Colby Parkinson there misses his block. Hopefully this year that's Pharaoh Brown or AJ Barner, and they are much more physical in that moment. Now it's 2nd and 7 at the Detroit 11-yard line. And he finds his first read, DK Metcalf, on an outbreaking route for 5 yards. And now it's 3rd down. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. It's just the same play to DK. All right, so here it is, 3rd and 2 on the Detroit 6-yard line. If they do not get, watch Tyler Lockett right here. And there it is. If they don't get that touchdown, they are kicking a field goal, and I think that this game finishes a very different way. He has to avoid pressure, hits Tyler Lockett. Tyler makes a great play at the pylon for the win. So that is game-winning drive number 1 for Geno Smith and the Seahawks against the Detroit Lions. The next one that I wanted to show was later in the season. This is, let's see. This is against, we could either do, why don't we do the Cleveland Browns? Sure, why not? We'll do the Cleveland Browns drive. Let me find that real quick, and then we'll share that. But I mean, that Detroit drive was definitely one of my favorites of the year. So we go down to week 7 against the Browns. This was at home in a game that the Browns came into this. They had beat the 49ers. They had, it was game 7. It was, what week was it? Maybe it was week 8. I don't know. In any event, the Browns were coming into this game doing quite well and had gotten the attention of the league. Their defense was number 1 in the NFL, and the Seahawks, were not necessarily at their best on either side of the ball at this point. So let me pull up this game. And just to give you a quick recap, this was a game the Seahawks were actually in control for most of the game. They were up 17-7 early, like with 59 seconds to go in the first quarter. So they started off really strong and then stalled. They did not score again until the drive that I'm going to show you in the 4th quarter. And this drive, the Browns had come back to take the lead 20-17. So this was a situation where if the Seahawks did not score, they were going to lose. It wasn't it's different than the Detroit game. So in this drive, I'll tee this up here in just a second. In this drive, the Seahawks start at their own 43-yard line, and let me find that. Let me find that with just 1:57 to go. So the 2-minute warning had just happened at this point. And the nice part is the Seahawks will be wearing their throwbacks for this one. So let me find where this drive starts, and we will get going on this one here in just a second. Okay. So here is, I'm pretty sure this is the drive. So let me share my screen and you can see it along with me. right. All right. So first down at the 43-yard line, 157 to go at this point in the game. Love those throwbacks. Geno's drops. He gets decent protection and finds quickly. There is Tyler Lockett for 7 yards. Second down and 3 after this play at the 50. But a nice look here with Zach Charbonnet and Noah Fant in the backfield, and then Noah's put into motion. Jason Peters, the 41-year-old at right tackle. And there's Lockett. Good. I mean, just a reminder how much Tyler Lockett, even though it was not his biggest year, was a key part of a lot of these plays. Next play, what a dart. What an absolute dart from Geno Smith and a great catch. DK Metcalf showed up so much in these big moments at the end of games, at the end of halves. And that's something that he didn't always do in the past part of his career. That throw was a little bit behind DK, but he adjusted and made a really nice catch there. So now it is first down and 10 at the Cleveland 41-yard line with about 120 to go. Once again, I mean, they're finding big open spots. And look who again, Noah Fant showing up in a game-winning drive for the second straight time. So watch Noah Fant here. You can see him on the outbreaker. Geno finds him easily. A couple broken tackles. He takes it inside, which with the time dwindling down was a not an obvious choice. So now you've got first down at the 15. Geno's looking around. Looks like he's going to get sacked. He escapes. People forget how athletic Geno Smith is. That was an absolutely bad decision from my perspective. I remember screaming in the stands, no. Now, he did it because the defender was not looking at him. But from my perspective, this was a totally unnecessary. Like, the defender did have eyes. And if he had turned around, that could have been the end of the game right there. So I did not like that play from Geno. Now it's second down and 10 from the 14. I believe there's a penalty for too many men on the field here. So let's get through that. And then here we go. Yep. Here's it from another angle. These penalties from multiple angles are just gorgeous. But watch on this play, you will see on what is now second down and 5 from the Cleveland 9-yard line with 44 seconds to go in this game. Wow, why is it taking so long? All right, here we go. Jackson Smith and Jigba. And the great block from DK Metcalf. People wanted a holding call on that play. For my money, that was just fantastic from DK. And I love this. Look at this. Love that from DK. So that was a game-winning drive. The Browns would get the ball back, but they were not able to do anything. In fact, Darrell Taylor with the big sack that pretty much ended that game. So that is game-winning drive number 2 for Geno Smith last year. The next one was the Washington Commanders, and let's find that. So that was 2 weeks later. This was a pretty important game for the Seahawks. This was, again, a home game, and a game where this is a team that they really had to beat if they wanted to be a playoff contending team. And the way it had started wasn't great. Sam Howell made a 51-yard pass to Brian Robinson for an early, they missed the extra point, but a 6-0 lead. The Commanders were ahead for a lot of this game. They were up 9-3, 9-6. At halftime, it was tied 9-9. And then the Commanders again took the lead 12-9. Kenneth Walker had a 64-yard touchdown pass from Geno Smith to take, and the Seahawks took a 16-12 lead, one of the weirder scores you're going to see in football. They scored again to go up 19-12. And you start to feel like, okay, the right things are going to happen here. But ultimately, the Seahawks surrendered the lead. Antonio Gibson caught a 19-yard touchdown from Sam Howell, tied the game up. Tyler Lockett caught a 5-yard touchdown from Geno Smith that really seemed like that had to be it. The place was going crazy. Sam Howell leads what seems to be a very, very clutch drive in just a raucous Seahawks crowd to take a lead, to make it 26-26, leaving the Seahawks to take over the ball with just I think about 52 seconds to go in this one. All right. So this is where we join you. The game is tied. And the Seahawks have the ball at their own 25-yard line with about 52 seconds to go. Let's see what Geno does on this drive. All right. This one starts with a dump off to Zach Charbonnet. That's for 3 yards. So now it is 2nd and 7 at their own 28 with just 38 seconds to go. And they use a timeout here. So this is the second timeout. Next play. Geno again, short left. The Commanders are giving them these short plays for another 3 yards. So it's not looking great. Now there is 28 seconds to go. The Seahawks use another timeout. Sorry, no, that's not true. They did not use another timeout here. It is now 3rd and 4 at their own 31-yard line. Another big third down. Who does he go to? Who does he go to on this third down? DK Metcalf. Just a absolute clutch route. Gorgeous route by DK Metcalf. And Geno just throws a dart. I mean, look at the separation there for DK. Big clutch play for 17 yards. First down now at the Seattle 48-yard line. 1st and 10 with 28 seconds to go. Try to go to DK again. This was not nearly as successful and was dangerous here. Could have gone the wrong way. So incomplete here on first down. And nothing really there. So now it's 2nd down and 10, 24 seconds to go. Geno finds DK again. Huge clutch play there. DK just keeps fighting. Now, this was a controversial play because the time was running out and the Seahawks did not have a timeout. They did not have a timeout. So DK catches this ball. He keeps fighting for extra yards. Some people are saying he should have gone down, but this was, to me, the difference between them being able to kick a field goal. Like, that's made it much easier for Jason Myers to kick the game-winning field goal. At this point, Geno clocks the ball. Commanders use their last timeout, and we will watch Jason Myers kick the game-winning field goal here. Myers is excited, and that ends that game-winning drive. All right, so that is 3 game-winning drives for Geno Smith that we've gone through. Let's go to his next game-winning drive. And against this next team, Tennessee, there's actually 2 drives that are really worth showing. And let's see. I think I'm going to show both of them because I think it was a pretty impressive end to that game from Geno and the offense. So this was this was 15th game, so maybe week 16, I believe. Let's see. Seahawks Titans. Yes. All right. So to recap this game for you, the Seahawks were playing a very bad Titans team, and this was one of the most disappointing games of the season for my money and how they played. It was just awful. The Titans went up 7-0. They ended up going up 10-3 at halftime. The Seahawks got it back to 10-6, and then they finally took the lead late in the game with I think this was a 99-yard touchdown drive. That's why I want to show it, because it's worth it. Even though it's not a game-winning drive, it was pretty awesome. So let me cue that up real quick. This started when did it start? Yeah, so it started at the Seattle 4-yard line with 3:43 to go in the third quarter. So let me see if I can find that drive for us. This is 3:43 to go in the third quarter. Let me see if I can find that one real quick. Yeah, okay. I think I got it. Let me get it all the way back to where this one started. But 90 ended up being a 98-yard touchdown drive for the Seahawks. And this was after really just struggling all day long. Okay. Almost got it, folks. We're almost there. They don't really give you a good way to find the exact play in these games. So appreciate your patience as I kind of get us to the right spot. All right, here we go. Let's do it. All right. So this is not the game-winning drive, but this is a drive that really changed the complexion of this game. Again, the Seahawks at this point are trailing 10-6. They have just been doing nothing on offense, and now they're stuck at their own 4-yard line. All right. This looks like this could go really badly. Here's how it starts. Geno, in his own end zone, hits who? Jackson Smith and Jigba for a big gain right off the bat. So this was for 20 yards. This is a big game. JSN really showed up in this game. It was one of his better games of the year. So now it is first down on the Seattle 24-yard line. You're thinking, okay, maybe something's going to happen. But then what happens? Another silly penalty. There was a number of these just mental errors on this day that just there it is. Noah Fant, false start. So now they lose 5 yards. You can see Fant right here. He will flinch. Yep. And that sets him back. So now it is first and 15 at the 19-yard line. What do? A running play. And they didn't get anything. And they got a yard. So nothing much there. For whatever reason, they were not able to block that up very well. It looked like there's more possible there. So now it's 2nd and 14. And Geno's forcing it. He finds Jake Bobo for a short gain, but a big penalty here on Azeez Al-Shaair of Tennessee for illegal contact gave the Seahawks a first down, bailed them out of what would have been a 3rd and 13. So now they are 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. It's still not looking good, right? This is very ugly, right? Here's a 2-yard run by Kenneth Walker, just nothing there. But on this next play, the Titans help the Seahawks again with a big penalty. And there goes Kenneth Walker. He gains a little bit, but there is a penalty for unnecessary roughness that moves the Seahawks to the 42-yard line. And then you've got, we didn't see it. They didn't show that penalty, but this is Kenneth Walker running for 6 yards. So now there's about 22 seconds left in the third quarter, and it is 2nd down and 4 at the 48-yard line. Geno Smith hooks up with Tyler Lockett on a big one. And Tyler gets down, as he should, for the big first down. But this was a key play in this drive. So nice little play action, and Geno throws it right into the soft spot in the coverage. Tyler gets 21 yards. This then is now the fourth quarter. That's why they're going the other direction, just to keep you up to date. It's at the 31-yard line of the Titans. 5 yards for Kenneth Walker. He's fighting hard. Not a lot of space for him. 2nd and 5 at the 26-yard line. And you can see there's just nothing there, so he cuts it back. Gains something. Next play, a pretty short gain here to Kenneth Walker. Little short pass. Looked like it was going to be a screen. Again, Colby Parkinson does all right on that block. Ooh, that is a tackle that had me nervous for Kenneth Walker. And then it is now 3rd and 3 at the 24-yard line of the Titans. Another big third down. Third down was key on in this fourth quarter, and they hit DK Metcalf again in one of these clutch drives toward the end of the game. He wins on a slant route, and DK finds him. Again, just really, he wins in there, makes the catch, and huge third down conversion. So now it's 1st and 10 at the Tennessee 12-yard line. Next player, you see Kenneth Walker just go for a little short gain. Could have been hopefully more, but did not get much out of it. Now, this next one, keep an eye on DK Metcalf. This play was initially ruled an incomplete pass, but upon replay, they realized he had it, controlled it, and was in bounds. Just a gorgeous throw from Geno Smith and a gorgeous catch from DK Metcalf. So that put the Seahawks ahead. That put them ahead 17-13. The Titans would go on to then take the next possession and march themselves all the way down the field and take a 20-17 lead. And they took a 17-13 lead. Sorry, folks. So the Seahawks just scored. It was 13-10. The Titans then would go down the field. Derrick Henry would score for a 17-13 lead, and the Seahawks got the ball with just 3:21 to go in the game at the Titans 35-yard line. And let me find that, and then I will share for you where that goes. Oh wait, sorry, I think that might have been it. No, not quite. So this was, for my money, one of the best drives of the season. And if I remember right, JSN was a big part of this drive. So let's see if my memory serves me correctly. And here we go. So first play of this drive, Geno does swing it out to JSN for one of those screens. DK blocking, 4 yards. Nothing great. But it's now 2nd down and 6 with about 3 minutes to go at the 29-yard line. Next play is an incomplete pass, so we'll probably skip this, but I'll let you see this part at least. Um, Tries to fit it into DK Metcalf and just throws it behind him. Not a great play there by Geno. And so now it is 3rd down and 6 at their own 29-yard line. Game on the line. Huge 3rd down. 3rd down was not a good down for the Seahawks. Remember that. They were not good at this down last year. Huge conversion. Tyler Lockett comes through in this moment. Just a big play there by Tyler Lockett. And a great throw by Geno. So now it's 1st down at the 36, about 2:49 to go. And just a quick run to Kenneth Walker, a couple yards. Nothing really of note there. This next play, not a good one. It is 2nd and 8, and it results in a sack by Harold Landry for 6-yard loss. And now it's going to be 3rd and 14 for the Seahawks at their own 32-yard line with just 2 minutes to go, 2-minute warning time. Okay. 3rd and 14. Huge play here. Watch this man down here. Beautiful route. Absolute, just gorgeous throw. The like cold-blooded assassin throw here. Look at that. That was amazing. Huge throw there. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 50. Tries to go for Tyler Lockett, cannot find him. 2nd down and 10 from the 50. Geno looks again for Tyler on this next play. He has to scramble, throws on the run, finds Tyler, and gets the 1st down. So now it's 1st down and 10 from the 38-yard line for the Seahawks. They are moving the ball down the field. Just 1:43 to go. And again, Geno looks for Jackson Smith-Njigba on this play. He was open coming across the field. Picks up 3 yards. 2nd and 7 at the 35-yard line. Geno is dealing at this point. Finds Tyler Lockett. Oh, this is the same play. Sorry, that was the JSN play. This next play, he is going to be looking for Tyler Lockett, who makes a stumbling but gorgeous sure-handed catch there for a 1st down. 1st and 10. You're going to see it again. Tyler stumbles but manages to make this catch anyway. Not a great angle there, but you saw it the first time. 1st and 10. This is an attempt to Jake Bobo, who could not come down with it in double coverage. And then we get to this next play, big play. This is going up towards DK Metcalf, and they get a pass interference penalty. Huge, absolute right call on Trey Avery, and the Seahawks end up with a 1st down at the 5-yard line. This next play, Zach Charbonnet is going to get the ball, powers way up the middle for 3 yards. You're feeling pretty good. Tennessee takes a timeout. There's just 1 minute left to go in this game. And now it is 1:04 left to go. They now give a second handoff. So it's 2nd and 2 at the 2-yard line. You're feeling very good here. But what happens? They hand off to Charbonnet, and he loses 3 yards. Just a massive loss on this play. Watch who gets blown up here. Just a tackle mistake, a blocking assignment mistake. unblocked player comes in there. So now you've got right here Colby Parkinson on third down making a contested catch for the touchdown and for the win. Huge catch there by Colby Parkinson. Unfortunately, not someone that we will be watching with the Seahawks this year from a pass catching standpoint, but his blocking definitely left something to be desired. All right. The last game-winning drive, I got to say, I'm not sure it's the most inspiring thing to see because it was the last game of the season. And this game was like, just gross in so many ways. And it was almost in some ways bad that the Seahawks did win this game. It cost them draft pick position, and it gave the Cardinals good draft pick position to get what became Marvin Harrison Jr. So all those things aside, it still was a game-winning drive to set it up. This is kind of a back and forth affair. The Seahawks were up 10-3. They went up 13-6 at halftime. The Cardinals came back. They took the lead in the fourth quarter. They were up 20-13, and the Seahawks got the ball with, I believe, about 154 to go in this game. No, that's not right. They got the ball with 2:56 to go in this game. So let me find this. And remember, this was a situation where the Seahawks got the ball and scored a touchdown to win. But really, this game ended when Matt Prater missed a 51-yard field goal that should have won the game. And so it's a little bit, I don't know if I'd call it a cheap game-winning drive, but it does count. And so let's give it to him for that. All right, so let's try to figure out where we are in this game. And I have to find, so the Seahawks got the ball at the 33-yard line in this one. Where was this? I think it was farther along, maybe. Let me try to find it for you. There we go. I think that's right. Okay. So, yes, I've got it. So this one starts after a missed field goal by Matt Prater. And again, the Seahawks get the ball at their own 33-yard line. So here we go. All right. Appreciate your patience as I get it set up for you. First play, Geno finds Colby Parkinson leaking out late, and he gains 5 yards. All right, so now it is 2nd and 5 at the Seattle 38-yard line after that play to Colby. And a different player starts to show up in these moments. A player I think is going to be a bigger part of the team this year for sure, Zach Charbonnet. This next play goes to Zach Charbonnet. Watch him out of the backfield. Leaks out a little late. Geno doesn't see the guys he wants deep, and so he has an outlet. This is something they just didn't have enough of, in my opinion, last year. Charbonnet picks up 13 yards on this play for a first down. They're in Cardinal territory at the 49-yard line after this play. Next play, 1st and 10, 49-yard line. Keep an eye on Charbonnet again. He's going to leak out again and have a lot, makes a great cut there. That is a great cut and turns that into a 15-yard gain. This is going to be a great angle to see the cut that he makes after the catch. Watch him make this. Oof, just absolutely trashed that guy. 51. So now it is first down and 10 from the Cardinal 34-yard line. What does Geno do? Just drops a dime to Tyler Lockett for a 34-yard go-ahead touchdown. Absolute dime. Gorgeous throw there by Geno Smith for his fifth game-winning drive of last season. And I even threw in a bonus extra 94-yard drive against the Titans, but I thought that would be fun to go back through and look at some of those game-winning drives together. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I am Brian Nemhauser. You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Hawk Blogger. This has been another episode of Hawk Blogger Mornings. Take care. Please give the show a like and click subscribe. I would appreciate it. Take care.